Hey guys, Tarek, the UVTCA. And now that we've done everything so far, we have done our OpenTX, we have configured we have put together our FreeSky APIS MQ60, we have downloaded and updated our Tyrannus X9D Lite, X9 Lite transmitter, and we have now just set up our switches and our sticks, right? So now what we need to do is we need to get into BetaFlight, which is our flight controller software, and we need to program our drone, and we need to make sure that we have all the settings set up between the two so they can talk. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to go ahead and switch screens here, and there we are back on the computer. Now I gave you the downloads already to do your BetaFlight download with, so I'm assuming at this point it's been installed. It needs to have been installed as it is, okay? So let me go ahead and do that, and let me go ahead and open. I'm going to click this icon here. That's my BetaFlight icon. All right, and here's my BetaFlight screen. And if your version is a little older, like I have 10.6 running and 10.7 is new, you can go to the website and download it if you want. I'm not going to. I'm not worried about it right now. What I would like to do is I would like to now take my drone here, and I'm just going to let me split screen this way. All right, so there we are right now. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take my USB port and I'm going to plug it into the back of my drone. Okay, and what I should see automatically is some lights just kind of kick on. Let me just make sure I get this the right way. And this should be the right way. There we go. And there you go. You can see now that we have blinking lights here, right? And what we want to do now, and you can hear Windows kick in like something's been plugged in, right? So what we want to do now, my cord just keeps flipping. So let me see if I can get this to not do that. I need something to hold it in place, so bear with me a second. I think I'm just going to put these helping hands right here. I'm going to get these to kind of hold the wire so it doesn't keep flipping it. I hope. This could be a complete bust here, but let's see. Yeah, it's not going too smooth. All right, let me see. Wonderful. There, I'm going to step on it right there. Fine. Whatever it may be, what we want to do now is we want to get this working. So we've got our drone plugged in, and we can see right now that our BetaFlight is saying that we are on COM12. So let's go ahead and click connect. Okay, and give it a second. You're going to see it's going to take a little bit to load, but here it goes. All right, and here is our drone on the screen, right? And you can see as we move it, it automatically detects it on the screen. But there's something wrong already. You can tell the software there's a glitch because it's turning automatically, right? Well, if I put it down, see how it's turning like that? That means it's not getting its orientation properly. So I'm going to tell it to reset, and I'm going to tell it to calibrate the accelerometer. Calibrating the accelerometer brings this drone back down to being level, okay? So let me try that again. All right, let's reset. And let's calibrate. We want to get this to level, and I'm trying to figure out, all right, so what we're going to do first, now there's a lot to learn in BetaFlight, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. What I am going to teach you is basically how to set this quad up, okay? So the first thing we want to do is we want to go to our CLI, that little icon at the bottom there, and we're going to get our keyboards out, and we're going to type the following command. Type in the word version right here, so VERSION, and we want to see what we're running on this drone for software, okay? It's going to give us an answer here in just a second. I hope. Oh, I see. I put it right here by accident. So it's running the BetaFlight spacing. This usually gets put up here. I'm not sure why it went down here. Let me try that again. VERSION. That's very strange, but okay, nonetheless, it should have been posting up here, and it's not. So let me do this. See if I can. All right. I think I'm going to disconnect. Oh, I think my system froze. That's why. Disconnect. I'm going to open my BetaFlight back up. There's something on my software that just went screwy, so let me just see if I can do this. Click close. I'm going to click connect. Let's see if we can get to connect. Well, it doesn't look like it wants to, so we definitely have a glitch with the program. So let's try again. Let's see if we can get anything to happen. I'm going to unplug the drone here, see if I can reset it. Plug that back in, click connect, and let's see if we can get it. I think my BetaFlight might be acting up here, guys. So, okay, so look, the thing is let me just try to make this clear. So BetaFlight is an open source software, and it does have glitches too, and the developers are always adding updates to it, okay? So if you do start seeing a glitch like this, like what I'm seeing, so what you want to do is just, it's pretty common, just go ahead and click the X, And if you're in Windows, click Run and type TASKMGR for Task Manager, and try to find anything that says BetaFlight. And if you see it, then close it. Okay, so I'm going to just keep looking here real quick and see if I come across anything, just to make sure it's not tying up any of the memory in the computer. Okay, so let me go up. Yeah, I don't see anything like that, so I'm going to close this now. We'll go ahead and reopen BetaFlight. And this is a good rule of thumb to use if you do end up having a problem. This would be the way to do it. So let's go ahead and try to connect. And here we go. All right. So we're in now. Everything looks good. Okay. Our ports are set up. So make note of this. All right. You need to make note of this screen, and you need to remember that UART2, which you can see right here. Okay. UART2 is your receiver. That's what's communicating with the radio. So you need to make note of all these, and I'm going to show you how to save it, but make notes of this or take screenshots or whatever so that you can always go back. Configuration wise, we have it set as brushed. And the funny part is it says don't spin the motors when it's armed. Now I changed that, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Okay. And let me see what else I want. Everything else looks like it's going to be okay to fly for the time being. So let me go ahead and I don't really think I want air mode added. I'll have that added later. We're not going to have OSD or anything like that. So on this screen, if you remove, what I want you to do is I want you to remove air mode and just leave dynamic filter. I want you to make sure that you have this set up as the serial based and S-bus. And I want you to make sure that this is set up this way. And then all your configuration, and then just click save and reboot. Okay, and we're going to wait for it to start over. Okay, now let's connect again. See if we can get back in there, and it looks like it's going. So now that we've got the first part set up, we need to set the second part up and get that also going, which is going to be the rest of the configuration. So we're going to go to our receiver. All right, now we have to give this drone power, I believe. So I'm going to power on the receiver real quick. And I believe we have to get it power before the receiver will turn on as well. But some radios or some drones are different, and we're going to find out. All right, so if this was connected and this was bound, we would be seeing all those things moving right now, but it's not. So we're going to go ahead, and it looks like it means we got to plug in our battery. So let me just go ahead and give it some battery here. Disconnect this. I'm going to disconnect the power real quick, sorry. Then I'm going to plug the battery in. And now I've got a green light, and I'll plug in the USB. There we go. Okay. Let's click connect. And then we hopefully will be able to see the radio communicating with the drone. Okay, so let's reset, calibrate. So we can go to now our, actually what we'll do is we'll go to our receiver tab, and you should, look, you see how you see that going now? So when I tell it throttle, the stick goes up. That's like where you get that altitude, up and down. All right, if I flip our switch, that's our arm switch, and that is our mode switch. All right, and we'll go over a lot of these switches later, but what I want to do is I want to go to my my modes here, and I want to tell it, if I click modes, I want to tell it, this is my arm switch, and when it is all the way down to here, I want it to be armed. My angle switch, what did they give me on that? Okay, so angle, and this is fly mode, so that makes sense. So what I want is I want to put horizon over here, and I'm going to put this for angle. I'm going to leave this one for performance flying. Okay, so this is good. Let me move that down. And then what I'll do is I'll make this one for performance. So we'll assign a stick to this one. Let me see. Let me look at where we're at. I guess what I can do is I can tell it it's auxiliary 2 and just keep that right there. That'll work. Okay. So there goes that, and then the FPV is normally plug that in. So let me go ahead and save this real quick. All right, now that that's saved, we can go look at our receiver again. Okay, and we can see, look, there's our arm switch, and this is our mode switch right here. Okay, so what we can do is just to make sure it works, we can come over here, and now this is something you just got to be careful of, but I'm going to flip this because the drone is small. You wouldn't normally do this with the drone because the props are on here. But I want to see if I can get this to react or if not. So let me see. Let me see what we're going to do. Let me get this armed. And there you go. You see how the motors, oh wait, you can't see that. Hold on. Sorry, there you go. So you see how the motors are spinning? So our arming switch is working perfectly. Okay, and because this is kind of lopsided, not all the motors are going to spin right now, but this is basically done. This is exactly what we wanted. We wanted it to spin. Now I need to check and make sure. Oh yeah, they're all spinning the right way, and it's ready to go. You can tell, you can hear it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to, the motors are good, so we're going to disarm. We're going to remove this here, and we're going to go ahead, and let's see if we can fly this thing for a second. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. You're going to have a top view. So let me click, let me make sure everything is right first. So let me go to setup. I'm going to tilt it back and forward, left and right. So we know that's good. So I'm going to disconnect from here, and I'm going to let the top, I'm going to sit back so I don't get hit with this thing, but I'm going to let the top, there you go. I'm going to let the top camera get this, try to get this drone flying, okay? So let's see if we can do it. Well, so far, not doing very good. So let me see again. There we go. And look at that. We are flying, folks. Pretty cool, huh? And so this is the kind of fun you get to have. You can get to do this all class period, and you get to perfect your flying skills. And I'm getting very lucky it's not flying all over the place right now, because I'm trying to watch it but make sure it stays on camera. But look, this is how accurate you want to be, and you want to be able to bring it back, and you want to be able to land it. Well, let me see if I can land it. There we go. Okay, and there you go. So you got to fly it, and it's really cool. So we just set up the transmitter, right? We just went into BetaFlight, made our setting adjustments, and now we're done. And now we're ready to fly it. And I want to fly it again. So let me see if I can get this up in the camera angle where you guys can see. So there it is. Wow! All right, and it's so small, and it's harmless. You can touch it. I mean, you don't want to get your fingers in the blades, right? But to be honest with you, I'm going to fly this right up to the camera there. And there you go. Oops. Oh, almost lost it. All right, so this is what you guys are going to be doing next, right? So now that you've built it and you've programmed it, best thing to do is now fly it, right? So let's go ahead and land this one. All right, so that's it. That's all you guys get to do now. So what I want you to do now is I want you to remember, now we're going to go over all what these controls mean, okay? But what we wanted to make sure of is that you were able to build it, you were able to bind it, you were able to program it, and you were able to fly it. So now the flying part comes, and that's going to be the fun part. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to put up another video on how to fly this and what practice sessions you're going to do to test your skills. For now, just get ready and be comfortable. You're not going to damage it, so have a good time, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, guys. See ya.